Welcome back in the Golden Tee Lounge. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us. Kevin Lindsay here. It is time for our final two courses. We are first going to take a look at the back nine of Dodge City. Not a lot of changes with this hole. Still got the birds flying around. This one just gets a little bit longer, and you'll notice a lot of those pin positions are now towards the back. So all you lucky players out there that have posted those great shots where you bounced off the rocks that surround the hole and then rolled into the cup, going to be a bit more difficult, if not impossible, for you to do that. Wasn't intentionally trying to do what I was just talking about, but hey, it works. Hole 11, this par 3, going to get a little bit longer. One of the things you have to realize is that pretty much anywhere in the surrounding areas, you can potentially see a tee box here. This one, just got to be cognizant of that left 5 green slope with at least here with the 5 hybrid, not a bad spot. But you could also get some really short and fun looks. So for those of you that use the build bag and customize per course, you might have to play a few rounds and take a look at the bag because you never know what you're going to potentially get. Alright, so for this, I'm going to try something because I've honestly never been in it. We are on hole 12, the par 5. It is going to be a much closer look, but what I'm going to do is see if punching it out with a high tee onto the dirt will help. Almost like the later par 5. Now, I had the 12-mile-an-hour wind in my face. Ah, shoot. So it was a bit harder to get it out farther. Still had that driver. Again, had to be careful that I hit the rough on the right-hand side and not the dirt because that would have instantly stopped it. But, outside of the bad chip, not a bad look. Hole 13, one of the many barn holes. Notice this a lot, these tee positions, or excuse me, these pins going to be in the back behind the tier, while you're going to have some looks where you are going right over the barn, which should make it a lot easier for your 6 wood or your 5 wood, however you go after this. Hopefully, fingers crossed, makes that a much safer eagle across the board. Hole 14, this one I think gets a lot easier. This par 5, under 500 yards now. Now you can just blast a high tee over here. You don't have to worry about these farther back tee boxes. I know I've personally been over here and tried to get extra distance, and I did a big spinny A1 and ended up right in the sand. And it's not impossible to get it on the green from there, but it really ain't easy. So here it actually lines up pretty well with the wind that I get the 3 hybrid, and then I just cut it a little bit too much. Oh, look at that. I somehow figured out how to make my chips. Hole 15, I feel like we've talked about this somewhere before. Or maybe just in my head. This is going to be a fun one because I am very excited to see some of these through the barn shots that skip through the rough and potentially ace. Maybe some bounties in the future there. Not sure yet. You know what? Just for the hell of it, we'll try it. Wow, I'm thoroughly surprised. It's the first time I've ever done that or tried it, that I actually got it to work. So something that you have to look forward to with the fun there. Hole 16, par 5. With these upper left corner tee boxes, you can still take your driver, blast it over these buildings onto the dirt. But what I'm also going to take a look at is blasting it over, or actually I'm going to hit an A1 here. Now that didn't get, it got out, but it didn't go as hard as I wanted it to, but still almost 400 yards. Now, instead of hitting it out of the dirt, especially with this wind, I got a nice little 6-wood with the 12-mile-an-hour wind behind my back that I can just push. Again, a little too short there, but still putting in for a relatively easy eagle there. And then hole 13, much shorter look here. There's also some tee boxes on the other side of this hole. For all my friends that are using the super spin clubs like I am, you just got to be a little bit careful because now you'll have easier access to those irons, and you just got to make sure that you don't spin it right back in the water. All right, hole 18. This one, with this tee box in particular, you're going to go, look at, there's the inside of the building, in case you were wondering. You're going to go right over the train station, over all these boxes, and hopefully, no tee or anything, hopefully land right on the green. Although, that was weird. It seems like the water tower went missing, but hey, I'm not going to ask any questions. I wouldn't hit it anyway. So there is your back nine, new tee box, new pin position preview for Dodge City, coming in a few days at the start of Monday, June 8th, around 12 a.m. across all modes of play except real-time rivals. So disregard that scorecard, although that's a hell of a golden tee score. Development tool stuff, no need for you to worry. But Monday, June 8th, few days from now, new tees, new pins. Get excited, get playing, and we'll see you then.